A special presentation. Welcome to the Inside Track, presented by Red Shores. Here is your host, Lee Drake.
All right, well, thanks very much. And we are set to go here tonight for the Inside Track. And, well, I'll tell you what, the opportunity to speak with Marc Campbell tonight. This is a special segment that airs on Saturday nights here at 5:35. Marc Campbell's my special guest. Marc, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to start with 2018 highlights. Can you share, I mean, I know there's a lot of them, but can you share a little bit that really stands out for you?
You know, we had a pretty successful year with the stakes campaign. All the babies and the 3-year-olds came back pretty good, and the ones that we had. You know, one of the highlights was we bought back one of my favorite horses, Malabrigo, and we bring her back to the races. We raced her all summer, and we had some fun with her. It was pretty fun. And she's in full. We think she's in full right now, so that's another exciting part.
Mm-hmm. You know, everyone has a story about how they get introduced to harness racing, and we'd love to hear Marc Campbell's story. How did you get involved with this great sport?
Just all my family. I had uncles involved. My grandfather was heavily involved. I just, it grew up around it, and I just loved it. And I'm a bit of a competitive guy, and it was something that just really clicked with me. And I enjoy the horses, and I enjoy the competition part of it all.
You know, you have been too. Matinee Track was a great program for you, and still is for this day too. When you talk about your early years in the program.
Yeah, that's where I got my start. I mean, I drove in Pinette mostly. I did a little bit in St. Peter's. My grandfather and my uncles, they trucked me around wherever I really wanted to go. And it got my feet wet and got going. And I learned a lot from a lot of the older guys around. And it was just a good place to learn everything.
You've had and reached milestones in your career in a short period of time. Most wins in a season. 2,000 win club, one of the youngest drivers to do that in a short period of time. Stake Stars, Gold Cup wins, O'Brien Awards. What do you have your sights set on now?
Really just trying to be competitive year after year. I love the younger horses. I love the 2- and 3-year-olds. And that's just come back year after year with, a few of them that can make the stakes trail. And I really enjoy that part. I like watching them develop as the winter goes on in the spring. And that's what really keep me going. And if anything else happens, that's great.
Thursday night, if we go back to Thursday night, just another incredible start to the year here in 2019. We asked you about a particular race, and you would have so many throughout your career that you could go to, especially in 2018. But we're going to play the Atlantic Breeders' Crown Championship final for 2-year-old colts. You were driving Notorious on that day. Why is this race so special for you?
It was special because it was kind of I got really lucky. And it was a bit of a bad, horrible drive, whatever you want to call it. I got locked in, which doesn't happen that often. And, at the head of the stretch, I was last. I'm in no man's land. And, I just kept pulling on the right line, and he just kept digging in right to the wire. He's a nice colt. He's a bit of a goofball. That's why we really like him, and I like his name.
Well, you know what? That was a special race. We're going to play that race for you. I know you have a very busy schedule. We're up to 3 days a week. We were talking just off track there. Thanks for joining us on Inside Track, Marc, and all the best in 2019.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Marc Campbell, our special guest tonight. And here is Notorious in his winning performance in the Atlantic Breeders' Crown Championship for 2-year-old colts and Marc Campbell.
Johnski, Woodmere Bolt, Red Dirt Boomer, Southfield Sandy, Notorious, Dusty Lane Cortez outside. The Atlantic Breeders' Crown Championship Final. 2-year-old Colt Pacers. Post time. Off stride at the rail went Halmack Finale. The up and pacing Woodmere Bolt, the first one away. On the rail, Red Dirt Rock and Roll. Coming third on the outside, Notorious. Bob Johnskill on the rail will get away fourth. Coming up fifth is Dusty Lane Cortez. Then racing from 6 is Red Dirt Boomer. Then 7, Southfield Sandy, the early trailer. Halmack Finale, up the backstretch they go. Woodmere Bolt will take over for Earl Smith. Second is Red Dirt Rock and Roll. From the outside, Notorious may be in for a long afternoon. Parked out third. Fourth and closing up at the rail, that is Bob Johnski. Dusty Lane Cortez in fifth. Now 6 is Red Dirt Boomer. Southfield Sandy 7th. In the backfield, the trailer. Halmack Finale, 29 and 2/5 a quarter. The backfield well in motion now. Woodmere Bolt, the leader towards the half mile. Red Dirt Rock and Roll is second. First up on the outside, third. Dusty Lane Cortez underway. Fourth on the rail, Bob Johnston moving up. Fifth is Red Dirt Boomer. Third over the outside, sixth. Sutfield Sandy getting the Charlottetown Shuffle. Seventh, Notorious. Then the trailer, Hamac Finale, 59 and 3 was the half mile. 3/8 of a mile to go. And it's Woodmere Bolt, the leader. Dusty Lane Cortez at his wheel. In the pocket, third, Red Dirt Rock and Roll. Fourth on the outside, Red Dirt Boomer. Fifth on the rail, Bob Johnston. Southfield Sandy, sixth. Notorious is seventh. Trailing the field, Hamac Finale, 3/4 in one. 29 and 4 on the turn for the final time. Woodmere Bolt is still there. Dusty Lane Cortez, Red Dirt Rock and Roll, needing the passing lane. Way wide is Red Dirt Boomer. They're in deep stretch now. Woodmere Bolt, Red Dirt Rock and Roll, way wide. Notorious! Wow! From out of the clouds, 2 minutes, 1/5.
What a finish, Lee.
Unbelievable. You know what? I'm just checking the tote board here because, they have put the 7 up.
Yeah.
This is unbelievable. Atlantic Breeders' Crown Final, 2-year-old colts. We knew that Woodmere Bolt was going to have it his own way here this afternoon. We thought that was going to be the game plan with Smith. But I'll tell you what, they put in a good race. But look at Notorious, not even anywhere in your screen, just, as Vance said, out of the clouds.
Out of the clouds. Unbelievable here, Lee. Yes, we thought the Woodmere Bolt would get front end here today, 29 and 2. 59 and 3. First up pressure, Dusty Lane Cortez. He couldn't get there. Second over, Red Dirt Boomer. Still couldn't really get into gear here this afternoon. Then they turn for home. Earl is under siege in the middle here. The 2 is on the inside. That's Red Dirt Rock and Roll. We still don't see the 7 in the picture yet. Notorious is going to come flying on the extreme outside here and nail everybody right at the wire here today. Another long shot winner in the Breeders' Crown. Here he is right here. Boom, right up at the wire to win it for Marc Campbell this afternoon. Notorious is the winner of the 2-year-old Colts Atlantic Breeders' Crown Final. Back in the winner's
This
circle.
has been a special presentation. The Inside Track was presented by Red Shores.